Yeah.
Gillette. The best a man can get.
You're fucking queer.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Rubber City Throwdown, the official voices of Honor Fighting Championship.
5 Fight Fest. It is going to be the best
June
that a
30th.
man can get.
June 30th
And women.
at the Chaparrals Event Center in Akron, Ohio. We have Honor Fighting Championship 5. And ladies and gentlemen, this event is shaping up to be one hell of an event. I am pumped personally. I am like I can't fathom the amount of talent that is going to be on this card. Like,
Well, you can fathom it. You're
It's-
seeing it right now. You're going to throw this shit over on the big screen over here
like I said, I don't know.
so that people can see.
I
some of
don't
these.
know if it's only because we have dealt with most of the fighters on this card, and we've interviewed some of the guys. Well, we've interviewed all of them. We've had a couple of them come on the podcast. We've seen them all fight. We've grown to respect them. We have rapport with them.
Right.
And we've become friends with them. And some of these guys are fighting each other. So it's like,
I would hope that all of them are fighting each other.
well, no, I mean, like, you got some guys that we haven't even met
sorry.
before.
I know. The people that you haven't met. But with the way that you said it, it
Right.
almost sounded like, some people are just going to fight the wall. But no, you're right, dude. I'm so pumped that my face is red. Oh, wait, no. That's just because I'm out in the sun all the time. No, I am too. I can't, like, I was trying to think of the best way to say things when on my drive over here. And you can't. You cannot put words to the amount of talent that is being brought to us. You can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just not possible, because when you talk how great of a fight this fight's going to be, you look down the card and all of a sudden you're going, oh shit, that could either be just as good or it could be even better. And we can't do it. I've been contemplating on different ways that we can bring this to the people. How can we make this as hyped as it's going to be? You can't.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying
There's
different
not
ways.
enough bandwidth, bro. There's not.
Right. We're trying different methods, different ways to try to bring this. I mean, I don't even think Jeremy understands how big of a card this is. I mean, this card is so good. I had to personally message Scott Corbin. I was like, dude, you're doing a fantastic job matching this event. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you don't have two local events within a week of each other. This is what we were talking about last month when we
Right.
said, dude, this is why Reaching the Summit had an issue.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get top-notch quality fighters on the card. 4 of the fights got dropped off.
Because
two
they
of
just
two of
fought.
those were two of the professionals, and then there was like 4 amateurs or something like that
Right.
fell off. It's because you just had a week prior, had 18 fighters fight for that the Randy Jarvis and Cage Thunder show.
Right.
And so you had no one left. Now we've got Randy Jarvis doing Rubber City Fight Night 3 on
Right.
June 23rd, which is a boxing event.
Right.
And now you have June 30th, we've got Honor Fighting Championship 5, and then July 25th, we've got Cage Thunder again. So
Right.
you're spacing it out the way that you're supposed to space it out. You're playing nice with the other promotions, and this is
Right.
the result.
Now
I don't
everybody can
think
make
they
money.
have. I don't think they're gonna have enough room at the Chaparrals. I'm dead serious. I don't.
Dude, we never do.
Like I said, I talked to Jeremy on the phone, and I told him, I said, I don't think you know. I don't think you know. As a fight fan, and especially with us, somebody who really pays attention to
Right.
the local scene of
Right.
MMA, especially in Northeast Ohio. Okay, I don't think everyone knows how big of a card this is.
We covered Jamal McClain. We've covered Fred Davis. We've covered the Meese. We've covered, the Meese guys. You know, you got your Justin, you got your Ben, and all them.
We've covered everybody.
We've covered everybody, and now we don't have to wait for another
I
card.
say we got some new faces that are going to be popular. We got some guys from Griffin Raw, I think, that are going to become amateurs,
which
from
we
Griffin
haven't
Raw.
seen in a while.
But we haven't. I don't think we've actually even covered a fighter from Griffin Raw Academy this year or even last year. I don't even think.
I think we didn't cover them, but we did see one or two last year.
Right. Well, also last year we weren't doing the
Right.
pre and post fight interviews, so yeah, it's different.
Because I think the last time you told me about Griffin, well, the first time that I ever heard about it, now because of the fact that I'm so new to the scene, I think that was at an RFO fight.
It was possible.
I think it was.
And Matt Chukovich in the RFO. I think it would have been.
It was either RFO or Cage Thunder.
It was no, it was definitely not
Cage
Cage
Madness,
Thunder.
sorry.
Yeah, but it was RFO. It was a professional fighter. Cannot remember his name off the top of my head for the life of me, but the fight ended up getting canceled, and then Chukovich ended up paying the guy's wages anyway and refunded the tickets back to his fans. So, but I'm pretty sure that was a Griffin Raw fighter that we just didn't have the opportunity to really get into and talk about because of the fight got canceled. But yes, like you were saying, and like we said last week when we were talking about this fight too, and we're gonna keep on saying it. We're gonna keep on talking about it until something
Dude,
changes.
and we can't even get through the whole card because we get hung up. We get hung up on how great of a fighter that person was.
Right.
And so we're gonna have to span this out.
we
So
should.
guys, you
Well,
guys
we
have to
should.
tune in every freaking week, every Monday. You guys have to tune in to hear a little bit more of the card because we're not going to be able to get through all of it.
We'll be able to get through it. I think we'll be able to get through it because a lot of us, what we talked about last week, as some of the fighters that we're bringing up, like for instance, Jamal McClain and Fred Davis. Again, I've talked about this on multiple occasions.
Should we tell the fans about the mistake? The minor mistake. No, we shouldn't. Okay.
No. I mean, people. Jamal McClain and Maul Lamont on Facebook, they're the same person. So don't think for a second that fight has been canceled and somebody else stepped in. Jamal McClain, Maul Lamont.
You can't even. The beard's the same in the both pictures. I'm sorry. You know who you are, and I apologize so much. It was hilarious when I found out about it.
But no, that fight's still on. And then we got the 155 title. We got Will Ferg from Erie, PA with 3 elements, and Michael Adel coming in from Michigan.
Oh, that Michigan
Undefeated, 5-0. He just came off another win.
I'm gonna start calling him Crazy Eyes. The guy has a freaking stare that cuts right through you. I'm serious. I'm doing the interviews with him, and the guy's just staring at me. I'm like, whoa. I would hate to fight him.
Well, as a fighter, that's good. That's good
Right.
to have as a fighter because, you have to have a certain look. You have to have a certain swagger.
He's got that icy stare.
Man, it's going to
Call him
work.
Frostman.
Frostman?
Frostman. Killer Frost.
No, he just
Marvel's gonna
won.
get a hold of us.
he just won a fight, and that's what I'm looking up real quick. He just won a title, I thought.
Yeah, it was recent. It was I don't think it was in Ohio though.
No, it was in it was a Fight Night and Bikes 3. And it was in Michigan, but I don't know the organization.
Excuse you, by the way.
Yeah, I just keep
I know I've been having indigestion all day. Sorry, guys.
man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not your typical podcast.
Oh, I'm sure they know. I'm sure they know. But regardless, yeah, I'm pretty sure he had just won a belt. He had just won a title in his last event, which was May 12th. He won that one by rear naked choke.
Big congratulations.
Now he's fighting Wilford for the 155 honor
Didn't
title.
he also
amateur title.
fight Ben Mees?
Yeah, he fought Ben Mees at Cage Thunder,
Yeah,
and
Cage
he ended
Thunder.
up
Congratulations on that.
winning that fight by standing guillotine choke.
Yeah, Ben
And,
Mees is not an easy win. That's for sure.
And then we've got Darnell Truitt, the Truth Truitt, going up against Terry Demore. Terry Demore coming off a unanimous decision victory at his last fight. And he actually, he was so tired after that fight that, he couldn't even give us an interview afterwards. He had to catch his breath. He was like, I'm done. I'm going home. He had a long drive back. And then Darnell, coming off of a loss, actually, from Cage Thunder 2 against a Casey Turnbull, who's also on this card.
Right.
So this is a chance for Darnell True to get some, try to get some momentum back, try to get a win under his belt. Unfortunately, he's going up against an opponent who is coming off of a win, who's got the momentum already in his court. And this fight's going to be taking place on 155. So,
right, which he's normally
Darnell is
170, right?
But he's not normally 170. He's just been, that's why he's been fighting fights at 170. That's a weight class that he's not supposed to be fighting in.
Right.
Darnell is not too small to be a welterweight, but he's too small to be a welterweight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and we really saw that when he fought Casey. Casey was just sizable and just bigger. And even Darnell said, as soon as he locked a hold of him, as soon as he grabbed him, he said, oh, shit. When he go turn him, he said, oh, shit. This isn't good.
Right.
He could feel the strength, and that does take something away from you mentally.
Right.
In the middle of a fight.
Your momentum, like you were talking about, it starts to slow you down. Like, oh shit, maybe I'm underestimating this guy a little bit. No, I completely understand.
Right. And then speaking of Casey Turnbull, he's going up against Lucas Mast, which is going to be a very interesting fight. Now, Casey's undefeated. Lucas is coming off of a loss, I do believe. And so, like, again, we've got a guy who's undefeated. Momentum is in his court. We're going up against a guy who's a very talented fighter.
Right.
Trains with Jose Burgos, the commentator for Honor.
Yeah.
And, this is going to be a very interesting fight. Both fighters, we've covered Lucas. We've seen Lucas. It's going to be, size, they're the same. So we just got to talk about how when Darnell fought Casey, you saw the size disadvantage for Darnell. In this case scenario, both guys, they're going to be coming in at the same weight, same size. They're going to look like they're going to look the same size.
Come in at the same weight.
Yeah, hopefully they come in the same weight.
We've seen some weird shit happen.
Well, in Casey's last fight, he came in 3 pounds over, and then he ended up having to lose the weight. But he ended up he made weight in the end. He made the weight, but And then we got Dom John. We just seen Dom John fight Mike Siebert, and that was a good fight. Yeah, he beat Mike Siebert in the first round by TKO, and this is a new face. So
let's throw that over because I can't see shit. There it is.
This is one of the new faces. I don't even know if this guy has a Facebook. I honestly, because there's no names when we got these fight posters. So again, most of these guys, we know their names to face. So I don't even know who Dom is fighting personally. But
we'll have to go over to Fighter Ticks and find that out, huh?
No, fighter. I just have to look up the fighter. Personally, look up the fighter. And
MMA Underground, one of our easiest ways of doing some research.
John McGregor. There we go.
Wow, that kind of sounds like like a name that is all over the media.
This guy's 6'6". 240 pounds.
So much for being matched.
I remember this. We were talking about this. A week or two ago. Is Don John is 5'7",
right?
5'6", 5'7", and he's fighting 6'6". John McGregor,
right?
Who's that's. Granted, this guy hasn't fought since 2013. So he's coming out. He's coming in 5 years later.
But we don't know if he's been doing boxing. We don't know if he's
we don't know. But we do know that he's 1-1. His first fight, he won in 18 seconds by TKO in the first round, and then his last fight, May 4th of 2013, he lost by unanimous decision at Roctagon. So,
where the hell was Roctagon?
I don't know. It was an organization right when I was kind of leaving the scene.
Right before
they were coming in. Yeah, right before I shipped out. They were coming in. I was coming out. So, but I don't really hear much about them anymore.
It's actually a pretty badass name, Roctagon.
But then, not
as good as Honor. But.
Anyway, so again, this fight, like I said, we got Don John, who's obviously the shorter fighter in this, and then 6'6", but he hasn't John McGregor, who hasn't fought in 5 years.
You know
so
what,
this is
dude?
gonna be you're interviewing him at the show. I'm not doing that this time. I had to interview Nicholas Brashear.
You're okay.
I'm not
But
doing
we
it.
showed,
And then
we
I had
showed
to,
everybody.
And then I had to interview his buddy Trevor Styles, who again is like 6'4", 6'5".
Wasn't that his opponent, not his buddy, right?
No, it was his training partner.
Oh yeah, training partner. Okay.
But
It's
you
just
get to interview
it's
him.
hilarious when I match you to that. That's funny shit. Because I have to go find a damn wooden crate, and the Chaparrals doesn't have any of those. I'm gonna have one specifically designed just for you.
Just for me. Huh?
Just for you. It's gonna be the jackhammer pedestal.
Okay.
It's gonna say the hammer right on the top of it.
So
Please stand
now,
here.
moving in, we had Jared Patterson and Ty Mees coming in. Ty Mees, who's 7-3, 5'8", 145, coming on. Actually, he's riding a 2-fight losing streak right now. His last one was actually in February of 2018 at the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. He lost by decision. Now, granted, the last 2 fights that he fought they went to unanimous decision. And the one was a title fight against Alec Johnson for IT. Hashtag bing, fuck alliance.
Easy with the table.
Yeah. My bad. But so no, again, and then
There it is.
Jared
That's
Patterson.
what we can do. From now on, the hashtag will be
And we got Jared though, 3-3. His last fight was against Yoey Rajas and another name. He actually just
is it Yoji?
He just won. Yohi just came off of a victory actually.
Yeah, we were there.
No, we weren't there. Jesus Christ.
For Yohi?
Holy shit, your memory. No, he new
And
league
you're the one
fights.
with the
New league fights. George Pointer was the one where George Pointer was playing. His opponent ended up having the high blood pressure. That's where he
right. That was
fought.
in Mommy. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake.
Holy shit! But
Hey,
so
at least
that's
I
gonna
knew where
be-
it was.
So now you got, like I said, you got a guy 7-3. Then you have Jared Patterson, who is 3-3. Don't let the records fool anybody. Jared Patterson is a very talented wrestler. He's a very talented fighter. He actually got Cage Madness Fighter of the Night. Fighting Night Fighter of the Night. Got an award at the end of the night. So he is.
And that was at the Tadmor Shrine.
Yeah, Timer Shrine.
We were there for that. You had a cane that day.
And then we got Mitch Dotto. He's jumping in against Edwin Anderson.
Yes.
So another new face for the Rubber City Throwdown scene. So that's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I love the new faces.
And it's Yohi Rojas.
Is it Rojas?
It's Rojas.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm just stupid. So I see something and I don't take the time to actually sound it out. You know what I'm
when
saying?
you look at Yohi, obviously that's not a common name in the U.S. So I'm gonna go along with it. Now I'm not gonna start naming nationalities, but I'm gonna guess and say it's Yohi Rojas.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. And then, Mitch Dotto, Edwin Anderson. I said Edwin is a new face. Obviously, Mitch is not a new face. We've had him. We've covered him a couple times. Very interesting character. Really straight to the point. Very literal. Just there it is. Hey, how was our camp? It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Can we get anything else out of you? I'm trying here.
He
I
reminds
think
me
I
of,
actually said that to you right after the pre-fight. I was talking to the guy. He was really cool about it. You could definitely tell his focus was right on point because of the fact that all of the answers that and I even made it out to be, is there anything different that you've been doing? No. Is there anything that you've been training for this next fight?
No.
I just do what I do.
He reminds me of Dave Bautista's character in Guardians of the Galaxy. Very literal. Just very literal,
You're not that tall.
You're unattractive. I am not attracted to you.
I am Groot.
But
I love that. Love it.
But then moving on to another interesting, I'm actually excited for this one. We've got Christian McKenzie, who is a new face. We got him. He was made his debut at the Summit County Fairgrounds, winning his first fight, Guillotine choke, going up against Brogan out of Victory. Victory MMA, judo, Tuscarora's judo. He trains with Andrew Law, and this is the guy who basically he looked like he was making his pro debut and his amateur debut. He's been competing since he was like 6 years old in judo. He's a brown belt in wrestling. He's been competing so much. He's just comfortable in the competitive environment. So
not only that, he's really comfortable with his judo and his and with his wrestling.
Yeah, well, that's what, like I said, he's a brown belt in judo, and he's been wrestling since he was like 6 or 7 years old, and so he's just used to it, competing in individual sports, mind you. Wrestling is an individual sport, judo is an individual sport, so he's used to competing in individual type sports in front of audiences, since he was a little kid. It's what he's accustomed to. So getting in the cage.
That's nothing.
That is whatever. There is no. I mean, there's probably a slight adrenaline dump, but nowhere near someone who's got no experience in the cage, no experience in competitive competition, especially individual competitive competition, and
competitive
competition. So yeah, but this is gonna be interesting. Brogan and Christian McKenzie, and then we got our boys. We got James Neff,
who
is like 285 right now.
Oh,
probably around 280, 285 right now. I haven't even seen him.
Sexy.
I mean, look, you see the picture of him. That's an updated picture of him right there. He doesn't. That's like probably like 300 pounds. To be honest with you, I mean, he is looking slim. I am very, very curious to see how he's gonna do at heavyweight. Really, I really am.
Because he didn't drop too
He's
much.
just half sexy.
No, he's not half sexy, because that would have to mean that he dropped almost 100 pounds. He's slight sexy.
Jesus Christ, when he makes weight at 265, he'll damn near have lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, you're right.
It's half sexy.
It's half sexy.
It's half sexy. I mean, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait. We've already wasted too much time. It's over 12 seconds.
You gotta stop beating that dead horse, man, before James comes after you one day.
He can come after me.
Because damn well, this weight loss.
I'd fight him.
I would like to see that, James. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
We got James, half sexy Neff versus Matthew Spasmic Bride.
Better watch out. I'm slippery.
So
I'll oil my shit down.
You're getting pretty heavy, man. You're gonna have to cut some weight. We're gonna put you through a camp.
Okay.
He's like, I got nothing. But no, he's going up against Tyree Johnson, another guy we've been covering since like day one, and again, two guys that we have grown accustomed to, that we have become friends with, we have rapport with. They're fighting each other.
Right.
And hell, I think these guys are like probably friends, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they talk, they bullshit. And this is what I like about this sport. The difference between, the UFC and the high tier professional scene, and then local mixed martial arts.
They could be best friends and go up against each other.
What's Andrew Law, Drew Schottenheimer told me, guys, everybody fights everybody. What's the point holding on to grudges against local fighters? You're gonna see them. You're probably gonna train with them at some point.
Yeah, cross training everywhere.
It's just you have, stay humble.
Right.
You're and nothing personal. It's all business.
Right.
And then finally we got the Teresa Gunther, and she's fighting is it Christina Edwards?
Oh, I thought there was another ladies fight.
No, I don't think there is.
I thought, what was her name?
You know about Kayla?
Yeah, Kayla.
She's not fighting.
I thought she was.
She is making an appearance.
Oh, she's going to be there.
Yeah, she'll be there. We're going to get some pictures.
She's a title holder right now.
Yeah, she's going to be with her belt, take pictures. We'll get a little interview with her. We're going to same thing with Nip Shear. He's going to show up too. So we get to a little meet and greet with them.
Yeah.
Person of interest. We'll get on there. But this is very interesting because, I mean, I've trained with Teresa Gunther. I've seen her, she's one of those competitors that she just does it all. They literally couldn't find her a fight for so long. She just started competing in like grappling tournaments across like Ohio.
Right.
She was just traveling to like Cincinnati, there, all over Ohio, just to compete in grappling tournaments because she couldn't. They couldn't get her a fight.
Right.
So I'm really happy that they found Christina Edwards. and I'm pretty sure that's her name. Like I said, they don't have the name. Yeah, Christina Edwards. So, and virtually, I know nothing about Christina Edwards. I think she's making her debut. You know what I'm saying? Like
We'll pull her up on
like I said,
UFC
there
Underground.
probably isn't anything on her.
Dun, 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 dun.
Unless she's a 22-year-old male,
Oh,
which, that's what they have her listed as to fight Teresa Gunther.
right.
MMA Underground, get your shit together. Get your shit together.
I mean,
Christina
you could have
Edwards.
went to fightertix.com and found out that she was a female.
Christina Edwards, 22 years old, male, 5'6", 170 pounds. Get your shit together, MMA Underground.
I don't see her being 170 pounds. Is she? No, there's no way.
I don't know. I mean, Teresa Gunther's listed at 160.
What?
I don't know.
Give me
Like I said, I
throw
don't
a picture
know.
over here. Let me see her.
No, I'm not gonna. First off, no, I don't judge females' weights by their pictures anymore.
Anymore.
Damn, messed up. You think I'm gonna? Oh yeah, she doesn't look it. Get me messed up. Setting myself up for failure.
Obviously, she's not an atom weight.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna be atom weights. Jesus Christ.
I was
Pull a picture over here. We'll just determine this right
I
here
was
now.
not going for that. That's not what I was getting at. I was talking about, let's see if she's what she looks like. I don't know her. I've never seen her.
Well, I could tell you that
It's
you
gonna
could
be
look
a
at
great-
you could look at a picture of her, all day. You're still not going to know her.
But I wanted to know her. No, I don't want her. Okay, so our next one.
Yeah, moving on to our next fight though, which is one of the newer fights. We didn't actually talk about this last week because, well, last week we were talking about this fighter in a different show that never happened. Anyway, George Pointer from Apex Fight Systems,
poor
super
George.
heavyweight, has been struggling to find a fight. He finds a fight, and then either the fight falls through.
Hypertension. That's all we have to say.
Yeah, fight falls through, or he shows up, and the
Half
guy's
dead.
like, the guy's like a walking stroke. So yeah, it's very difficult. It's super heavyweight. George needs to drop down to heavyweight. I mean, James Nev had it right, man. He's like, screw this.
Right.
I'm done. I think James kind of had like the realization that I had at one point where I was like, I am too short to compete anymore in this weight class. If I want to do this seriously, I need to get to a different weight class and just keep dropping and see how it works out for me
Right.
here. George, he's a comfortable because he's tall.
Well, the thing is
He's
that the way he's built is just, he's massive.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
guy.
He's got long arms.
Right.
And he belongs at heavyweight. George needs to
That's
get
true.
to heavyweight.
But he faces the same problem that I do. We both work in construction.
Right.
All right. So this is what my issue is. Like, this is going to happen this week, actually. I am headed up to Fremont, Ohio, and we're going to be on an overnight. I'm staying up there. What the hell am I going to eat? Because I'm not going to be grilling my own fucking steak.
Fast food, right?
I'm
yep.
going to be eating my damn fast food. Going to hit up that McDonald's, grab me 3 burgers, and I'm going to bed. That's exactly what's going to happen. We don't have that option. We don't have that opportunity to be able to, get some fish fried out or, get some good turnout on some good chicken. So, George has got that problem, which is okay.
Right.
We're good. We work.
But it's doable. You just got to put the time in. It's going to take a little bit longer, but
Mental discipline is
we
biggest.
need, that's I would like to see him. I would like to see him take this fight. I would like to see him do well, and I would like to see him drop down to heavyweight.
Right.
That's where I would like to see him. Moving on to his opponent, and Christian Correas.
Can't
It's
see
kind of like, it starts with my name. It's Carreras. Christian Correas. But anyway, this guy, I first watched a video of this guy fight when he was like 205 or something like that. Like I've gradually seen this guy go from like 185, 205 to heavyweight. Now he's up to super heavyweight. But his guy's got this guy's got a bomb overhand right.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the guy is deceivingly in good shape.
Okay.
Now, granted, I don't know how he is right now at super heavy, but at heavyweight, he was deceivingly in really good shape. He was able to go, and he's got strong kicks, powerful kicks, and he's got a bomb overhand right. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he went up against a guy who it was like ripped. He was a big, stacked looking dude, and then there's this guy. He's got a little pudge on the midsection, you know.
Some people on
Overhand right.
six pack.
Boom, put his ass down.
Wow.
You know, I mean, this is going to be very interesting. You know, he's. I like this fight. Christian is a deceiving fighter. I like that. George is a powerhouse. You know, but obviously, Christian's got some power in his own. It's going to be a very interesting fight. I don't know how Christian's training regimen is going right now. I don't know if he's been training this whole time, if he's just now getting into it, if he's just now starting this camp. Like the fight was announced, and he goes, "We got 4 weeks to get ready," and go, "Oh, I'm good. Let's have 4 weeks to get in shape." If that was the case, that's not enough time.
Right.
But George, I can tell you, has been training.
Yeah, because
You
you
know,
when
when he
train with
can,
him.
and you know, he's been training when he can, but he's, like I said, he works a lot too.
Right.
But he works a very physically demanding job. So even when he's not at the gym running on the treadmill for miles, he's actually in really good shape. You know, I have sparred with him, and yeah, we put him through the ringer when we were getting him ready for his last fight. I mean, we were doing we did three 6 3-minute rounds with him, just back to back to back. We weren't giving him any time to breathe.
Right.
And he was still pumping. He was still pushing. You know, sometimes you need a little extra boost. Like, hey, man, find your angle. What are you going to do here? You know, sometimes you had to push him a little bit more. But he has the heart. He reached down aside. He kept going. He kept pushing himself. So I think this is going to be a very interesting fight.
Good. I'm glad to hear that George is back in the game. I was excited to hear him with a win or something off the last one out in Mommy, but you know, we like you said, he needed something. He was hungry.
And then we get to see. I'm actually curious. Parker Wills is on the card, okay, and he'll be going up against a Samuel Karam. I hope I'm saying your name right, Samuel. This guy's 1-1. He's fighting out of Illinois.
Karam, maybe.
Karam? I just said Karam. Karam, it could be Karam. He's coming off of a loss, but he hasn't fought since 2016. So it's been a couple years. Again, we'll find out when we do the pre-fight interview what he's been up to over the last couple. I like doing that. I like actually
diving deep inside the mind of the fighter.
I like talking to fighters, especially guys that have taken long layouts, and go, "Hey, man, like, what do
you want to divulge the information of what you were doing?"
Yeah, like what do you been up to? Like, what was the time off? That's interesting, you know, because
life gets in the way a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting to find out, you know, hey, I had 2 kids, or you know, I just a change of jobs.
Going through a divorce, had a change of jobs. You know, I just didn't have the time. You know, these guys aren't professional fighters; they're amateur fighters. So it's really interesting to see, kind of get inside the life of an amateur fighter.
I think
it's
one
really
of
cool.
the best ones that when we actually started realizing that this was good stuff was, you know, Drew Schottenheimer. He had a really good story, and I think Andrew Law, really good story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, both. Yeah, and they're professional fighters, and they had a very interesting story. But you know, getting an amateur fighter, man, especially a local guy just starting off, you really want to dissect that mind and really figure out, like, hey, why did you choose fighting? Why did you want to do this? I mean, you know, 22-year-old kid who just decided he wanted to get in there and start fighting.
You know what just hit me?
What?
Freaking, oh crap, he's going to hurt me. He's going to hurt me. Our our accountant.
Oh, Ben?
Ben Childers. That was a decent one too. That one was really cool. Find out that guy just does nothing but stick his nose in a book for most of his life. He has a huge collection of degrees. So that was fun to find out. Some people like to collect cars. Other people like to collect, lint balls. This guy collects degrees.
Yeah, Ben likes to. He. Some people know video games. Ben knows books. And moving on a little bit, we've got. There's a couple new faces here, and that's kind of why I'm taking a peek, taking a gander. I believe Juan Minifield.
Juan?
I think that's how you say the name.
Are we sure he's number one?
God, dude. Sometimes. Just want to punch you in the face.
I'm glad we're doing it for MMA then, because that's him.
Man, this is gonna bug the shit out of me. Hold on.
Please wait. Your call is very valuable to us. Please hold for our new representative.
Shut up. Yeah, that's right. I knew that was that's who that was, man. Dontrell Person and Juan Minifield. They're going at it. Minifield is 2-1. He's coming off of a loss against Mike Walters, first round KO, 2017. But Mike Walters is that dude's a pretty good fighter. So you can't judge this guy's one loss. Shut up! Oh my God!
You did it unintentionally.
No, but I wouldn't have even caught it if you wouldn't have started laughing.
Couldn't help it.
I can't even see his record now. I can't even talk about this guy anymore because of you.
We're not making fun of him. We're just hilarious. Because you did it.
That's just bullshit. You're making fun of him.
I'm not making fun of anybody. I did not make fun of anybody.
I hope he sees. I'm gonna tag him in this podcast, and I'm gonna timestamp this. And I'm gonna make you do the goddamn interview.
That's fine. If he wants to be mad at me about it, I apologize ahead of time. But that was great. From his one line.
We don't even know if that's how we pronounce his name.
So moving on to Dontrell Person.
Dontrell, we got a chance to catch up with him at the Summit County Fairgrounds. He was scheduled to fight. The fight dropped. We still gave him the time of day. We still interviewed him because we wanted to get him out there. We did that with a couple fighters like Josh Hosker too. A couple guys that, the fights fell through. Yeah. We weren't gonna. We sure as shit didn't interview their opponents who failed to make weight or just didn't show up, obviously. But if they showed up, made weight, ready to fight, hell yeah, we got your face out there. That's what we do. Right. So that's of course. But I'm actually curious.
What's
shut up. No.
What's his record?
Dontrell's record is 1-0.
And what is Juan's?
You know what his record is.
What's Juan's record? Just do it.
No, I'm not. I already did it. We're done. Okay. Talking about it.
All right.
Moving on
to the next.
Pick was Doug Lewis.
Yes, Fightopia.
Oh, it gets better because but anyway, Doug Lewis, and he is going up against a Johnny Connor.
Johnny,
I believe.
Why do they tag people in the wrong spots?
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, you're fighting this guy. I don't even know if that's.
I'm fighting the H.
Dude, I don't even think that's him. To be honest with you, I honestly don't even know. I don't know. No, Johnny Connor is not. He's associated. He's like a fucking coach for Pickle. Jesus Christ. Maybe this dude doesn't even have like a Facebook. I'm just looking at tags, people. I apologize. I just assumed that like I
makes
know
an
I
he
know
makes an
who
ass
Doug
out of himself.
I know who Doug Lewis is, and then I look at the tags and I do process of elimination. Obviously, you're not fighting Michelle. You're not fighting Drew. You're not fighting Jeremy because he's the promoter. You're not fighting Josh Signs because he's the ring announcer, and you're not fighting Melanie. So the only other name on there is Johnny Connor. So I'm like, maybe that's it.
I think Melanie could take him though.
I think Melanie could.
I think so.
Sorry, Doug,
I think.
but I think Melanie caught up.
Melanie's a fighter.
She is a fighter.
She's a damn fighter.
So we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Need a bell.
Tyler Lapone.
Man, you're just as bad as names as I am.
I told you, man, I'm horrible when it comes to names. Pronunciation in general. 19-year-old out of actually.
You
they
mean
didn't say it was-
pronunciation?
Shut up! Yes, pronunciation. I told you I can't even pronounce it. 5'9". He's making his debut, so this is going to be a good fight for Doug.
I'm sorry, bro.
Not that like Doug is going to like. Well, I'm just saying because Doug is 1-0.
Right.
And he's going up against the guy who's making his debut.
Right.
According to OAC standards, this is a good fight.
Yes, it is. And I think, judging by camps. Oh shit! Excuse me. Damn, I'm dying. Judging by camps, it's going to be a great fight. Somebody just graduated.
And then another two more new faces. Again, I don't even know.
Don't fuck up their name.
I don't even know who they are. I don't even know if there's a name to mess up. Tim Fry.
Can't mess up that name. Good job.
Yeah, Tim Fry.
We've covered him before.
Have we?
I believe so. No.
You might be thinking of like Charlie Fry, like the Browns quarterback.
I don't. No.
Now, Tim Fry is 4'8", he's 32 years old, 5'4", 135 pounds. This is a bantamweight contest unless they drop down to flyweight. Then again, well, I mean, he hasn't fought since 2016, so it might be a 45. But he's fighting a Dakota Day.
Dakota Day. That's a cool name.
And Dakota Day is 4 wins, 3 losses, 31, 5'6", 135, and hasn't fought since 2017. He's actually coming on a 2-fight losing streak. His last fight, he lost a decision against AJ Wilkins. AJ Wilkins just recently won the Cage Thunder title against Brandon Burr from Strong Style. Mm-hmm. That was Brandon Burr is a good fighter, and AJ beat him in the first round.
Wow.
This kid went to decision with him. So, and the only
That's some stamina.
3 losses, 3 losses that this guy has have all been by decision.
Right.
So, very
some-
interesting.
He's got some good stamina, that's for damn sure.
Well, he's 135 pounds, I imagine.
I'm just
so.
saying, if all of his other fights went to decision, that means he's going all 3 rounds. That's, all the well, yeah. Sorry, shutting up.
And then the last fight that we'll talk about, our boy, Tim Hughes from Piqua, has been put on the card.
No!
I told you, this can't get any better.
No! I was just thinking of that shit. I was going to say the only people that we don't have on here is Tim.
Jesus Christ, you're messing it up. You're messing everything up.
The only person that we didn't have on here was Tim Hughes. I wish that was a freaking bell.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to put him up against Eric Posen. But
look,
I'm gonna double check that.
Look, Eric is already looking at him like, no, this is awesome. It's gonna be a great fight, dude. The last time Tim fought, it was so short, we didn't even get to see it.
Yeah, we were in the middle of an interview.
Yeah, we just started the damn interview, heard the announcement, turned back around, goes outside, and it was over.
24 seconds.
It was over.
But I'm pretty sure that this guy is.
That has to be a main event fight.
I don't know. I don't know at this point. Like at first I was like, oh no, the Michael Ado, the 155 belt, that's definitely gonna be the amateur, like that's got to be like an amateur like
Right.
main event type of thing. It's a title fight.
Right.
But I believe that Eric Posen is one of Griffin Rawls. Don't quote me on that just yet, but I'm pretty sure that he is. But then, like I said, I don't friggin' know. Like I said, Eric is a new guy. No, he's not new, but he's a new face for me.
Right.
So I honestly don't know. I mean, there's pictures of him training at Griffin Raw. So I'm assuming that Eric is one of Jason Dent's boys. If that's the case, we're in for a hell of a fight. Okay. Tim Hughes is on a 2-fight winning streak. His last fight ended in 24 seconds against a Damian Morasco, who's known for his wrestling.
Yes.
And Tim keeps saying, hey, these guys, he wants to show his striking off. He wants to showcase his striking, but all these guys, they want to go to the ground.
He wants to showcase a lot of it, man.
Yeah, but everybody takes him to the ground, so he
Everybody-
finishes them on the ground.
Well, everybody says that, he's really strong with his jits. Well, he wants to showcase more
Right.
than just his jits.
Yeah, exactly. So now we've got Tim Hughes, who is on a 2-fight winning streak. Momentum is definitely in his favor.
Oh, my God.
You would think, right? Nay.
Why?
Because this guy's 3-0, undefeated. This guy is, trains at one of the most oldest and prestigious mixed martial arts and kickboxing gyms in Northeast Ohio out of Mentor, right? His last fight was as recent of 2017, so it's not like he's been gone for years, okay? And he has won every single fight by TKO. The last 2 in the first round, okay? This is gonna be a fight. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we want to see. We don't want to see guys like Tim Hughes going up against the Damian Morascos of the MMA community and winning in 24 seconds. We don't want to see that shit. We want to see a goddamn fight. And I'm sure Tim wants to fight too, and I'm sure he feels the same exact way.
I'll be drinking much Badger milk this week. Badger milk.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Like I said, I personally messaged Scott and say, hey, man, you're doing a fantastic job on this card. This card is huge. And like I said, maybe I'm blowing it way out of proportion because, like I said, we know the fighters.
We know Tim.
So we know. But if anyone in Northeast Ohio who's been paying attention to Honor Fighting Championship and Cage Thunder,
Find out if Tim's online on Skype right now.
he's probably not. I don't even have it popped up right now. He's probably not.
Oh, come on.
I'm not gonna. No.
That would be great. Just random.
Just
pop it
pull
up.
him up.
Just do it.
Just call him. He's not online. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to.
You didn't even look.
Huh?
Didn't even look.
Shut up. But,
I'm like that kid that just really desperately wants that Christmas present. Yeah, he's going to look.
like I said, I don't think people.
Wouldn't that be some shit if he is?
Well, the thing is he's got it on his phone. So if I do call him up, and at least if he's even
Maybe
if he's away,
maybe he's at Burger King.
even if he's away, his phone could still ring.
So call
It's
it.
very interesting.
Just call it.
Well, yeah, I gotta get in first. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Okay, this is a first time ever. This is not scripted. This is not anything more than just a spur of the moment freaking thing. Spontaneity is Rubber City Throwdown right now. Because we are going to get in contact.
Don't get all pumped. We're gonna get in contact.
We're going to contact is what I said.
We're gonna try. If Skype ever decides that it wants to load, it is definitely not scripted because I would never approve of this like on the fly because we're gonna run into problems like this trying to wait for everything to load up.
But in the process, we can also talk
time.
about. In the process, we can still. I honestly, no joke. I was at the yard today because I had to go in and move some stuff around and get all the equipment ready. I was seriously thinking about it, and I was like, we've already got Fred Davis. We've already got a couple of these other bigger names. I was like, wouldn't that be awesome if we had, somebody like Tim Hughes?
Yeah, when Doug Lewis was announced that he was gonna be fighting, my first thought was,
why not have?
yeah,
Tim?
my first thought was, why isn't Tim?
Right.
That was because based on the last interview that we got, it was like then it dawned on me. I was like, maybe they're trying. That's a lot of matchmakers. They're not just openly put out like if you see Scott putting out posts on Facebook and social media, he's not putting out names. He's putting out weight classes. So we don't know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we honestly don't know like who he's trying to match up right now. All I know is that like this card is looking stacked and it's all subject to change. You know what I'm saying? Like you never actually know how many fights they're going to have
Right.
on the card. You don't know, which fights are going to fall through, that whole thing.
This is
We're like a month. We're like a month away from the event still. So, this is very unorthodox since that we've seen throughout the year having a full card like this stacked so far away from an event.
right.
There are so many fights that could be called off. Hell, there could be a couple fights.
Says Honey and You
Honey and You. There could be a couple fights
video.
that
Oh, you already clicked it.
that have already been canceled that we just don't know about yet because Scott's
Right.
keeping it on the DL and he's trying to rematch those cards.
Right.
But we wouldn't know that until, they were like, hey, by the way,
Okay,
this
this is
fight's not
happening.
happening kind of thing.
All right. So now what we've got to do here is this.
Oh, we're gonna take its sweet ass time. We'll see if he picks up. Dude's probably working.
Hey.
Probably at the gym right now.
Hey.
I
if
don't
he
know. It's
doesn't-
Sunday.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if it does, please work.
It would be ringing on his phone if anything.
Come on, Tim. Ah. Okay.
It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen today.
Hey, look, we tried. We tried. It worked out, but it tried.
You know what? We should start keeping this on. Like when we go to
Yeah.
start, we tried this last year when we had first started and we had put a post out that said, "Hey guys, we're gonna have our Skype actively up. Give us a call. We can add you if you want to do interviews. Blah blah blah. Jump in here and we'll
Right.
do Skype interviews with you." And nobody wanted to deal with it. No one at all. So like now, we just don't keep it up. So we should
Yeah.
really keep it up. We should do like a Discord channel because Discord runs a lot more smoother.
Well, it's got a higher bandwidth compatibility.
So like we should have we should create our own Discord server
Yeah.
and then just start adding fighters to our Discord. All they'd have to do is the same thing as Skype. They download the app, they create a Discord account, and then
I have it on my phone.
Yeah, so do I. And then we just invite them to the server, and then like once they have the app and they're on the server, like they're on the friends, we could post on the Discord server that we're about to go live, like not live, but we're about to record.
Right.
So if there's anyone that wants to jump in Discord,
Yeah.
we can even hook it up to where like we're actively talking,
Right.
and then like say a fighter logs in and they could just click and jump in our channel.
Right. They can hear what we're saying.
Or we can block everyone that will be the admins of that channel of a specific server channel or
Right.
whatever. We could do like a in queue, like a line almost. A guy, they'll type in chat like, "Hey, let me get on. They want to get on," or whatever like that. Then we'll just pick them up, add to channel, we'll bring them in. Hey, what's going on, man? That's
Right.
a really good idea. I think
It
we should
is.
try that.
It
I think
is.
we should do that.
I like that.
And then we'll have to post it out, and we'll kind of put some. We'll put some social media to it. See how.
We also need to let people know about Twitch too, dude.
Well, yeah, we do. We do need to let people know about Twitch. We'll get to that at the end. We'll do a quick plug on that.
Because that's a great format. I watched the video. Good thinking on that. I wish I could have, I could have thought of that myself, but damn, you're just too quick.
Just too quick,
Too quick. It's like you have nothing else better to do.
because I don't. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's about it. It's gonna wrap us up, man. Again, we're Rubber City Throwdown, the official voices of Honor Fighting Championship. Make sure you guys get to fightertix.com, get your tickets, either buy them from the link, support your local fighter, or get in contact with a fighter that's fighting on this card. They have the tickets by now. Start buying it from them. Whatever you do, support your local fighter. If not, get your general admission at the door. Trust me, this is going to be like a sold out event. They're probably going to have some GA at the door, but they're probably going to be selling standing room only, guys. Make sure you get your tickets. They're not doing an online pay-per-view this event.
I was just about to say that.
Fight.tv is not doing it. There will be no live pay-per-view of this event. Okay, so you have to come. If you want this, you come see it in person.
Yep.
Rubber City Throwdown is going to be there doing the pre and post fight videos, interviews.
Right.
And guys, this event's like in 4 weeks, so we got 4 more weeks of podcasting to do. We're going to be covering every ounce of information, every bit that we can. We're going to be covering on this event. Any changes, any new fights, tune in weekly. Also, check out our Twitch channel. Right, we'll put the link in the description of this podcast on Facebook. Make sure you get on over here, create your account, and then you could watch our live podcast, which we're going to do our first one.
Spontaneity.
We're going to do our first one this week.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Now, the difference between the Twitch channel, I'm going to give you a little bit real quick, and that is the difference between the Twitch channel and what you guys are getting on Facebook and on YouTube and SoundCloud is this. Whenever I am available or Norm is available, we are going to jump onto our computers in the comfort of our own homes, and it is going to be 100% live.
Yep.
So we are not going to be recording this, pre-recording it, and throwing it back up. Now, you guys will be able to see that on Facebook after we've done the live view. But afterwards, you guys have to get everything else on you.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Gillette is the best your man can get.